Dear Pixie, you asked us, off-world communication, what is it? Off-world communication obviously refers to communication coming in from somewhere off-planet. An extraterrestrial energy perhaps? Can you talk about this, please? The many beings that from your perspective exist throughout the universe, which is teeming with life forms that have followed various different genetic lines, exist and can be communicated with. This communication comes in on a frequency that is similar to your radio stations, and it can be accessed by the sensitive individual. All individuals have the inner technology to be able to access this kind of communication. The extraterrestrial races that live in the various planetary constellations and dimensions throughout the universe and within hyperspace exist within your very cells, within your DNA. The consciousness upgrades to a collective consciousness when viewed from that perspective, and although it is within your DNA, it is outside of you as well. Although the highest truth is that you are not outside of yourself, for you are all that is. From the perspective of the human incarnated on Earth, this collective consciousness takes the form of many individualized aspects of Source. Dimensions, timelines, alternative realities, planets, stars, and the beings that reside there can all communicate with all that is you, for you indeed are a radio. Some of you are well-tuned radios with the ability to access the frequencies needed for this off-world communication and translate that frequency into your language. Or, put another way, we could also say that some of you are able to feel the different frequencies within the cells and organs of your human body and communicate with the different parts of the body, be they physiological, emotional or psychological, and translate those feelings into language. From this perspective, we can say that there are those of you who feel and communicate with your DNA, and indeed your DNA is most certainly off-world. The DNA is the collective intelligence of the universe, existing as infinite separate entities and also existing as one whole. The life forms containing the DNA blueprint have evolved along different lines, and although from your perspective you would not view many of the beings that exist beyond that which you know as planet Earth as being human, we can tell you that they are indeed human, just as you are. The communication that you refer to as off-world is the accessing of the frequency beyond the planet, or beyond the third dimension. Many of you are now receiving this type of communication as you awaken to the true reality of who you really are and why you are existing as you are, in this time frame on planet Earth. The off-world communication has always been there for you since the beginning of humanity on your planet, although we can say that in your current time frame, from your perspective, the off-world communication has never been more vast than it is now. We are a collective consciousness that bring off-world communication as we vibrate beyond the third dimension and therefore exist outside of planet Earth's boundaries as you know them. Those that do what you know as channel bring forward off-world communication, as do those that take the stance as mediums in their incarnation and communicate with those souls that have passed to the vibration you know as the spirit world. There are those who have had direct contact with off-world entities, those beings who hold human DNA within them as you do, but they are those you would view as extraterrestrial. That direct contact has happened many times for many of you, and this type of contact brings off-world communication. This type of contact shall increase, as shall the communication via channeling, as you move forward with ascension frequencies and raise your individual vibration and thus that of the planet. We say again, and we cannot say enough, that this off-world communication is available for each and every one of you, and we, and all that encompasses the collective that is us, look forward to continuing to bring you off-world communication. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.